use the right herbs in the right combination, like foods with the right combination, this strengthens the Shaoyin fire. But if you use other herbs that strengthen the Shaoyang fire, then it will dry it out. So it's not really just using any herbs whatever way you want. It's rather there is a methodology to supporting the yang.
So you're saying that the Shaoyin, the foods going to the strengthening the Shaoyin, it stays rooted. So
right.
There's no more empty heat. There is not an increase of empty heat.
So I'll give you a story. I had a patient that had hot flashes. Many patients with hot flashes got really good remedy with this kind of formula. So she got herbs for a few weeks, and the hot flashes went away. And then she got really bad headaches one day. So really bad. In the middle of the night, she goes to the emergency room, and they give her an IV with some anesthesia and something like that. Which helped the headaches a little bit, she said, but in the morning, all of a sudden, she feels like her head is on fire. She called me emergency. I feel like my head is on fire. Like, and hot flashes, and she just, it's something really extreme. So she comes to my office, and this means here that the Shaoyin fire is weak. The water is floating up. If the Shaoyin is really weak, the yang energy floats with the water. That's what Zheng Qin'an says. The dragon in the water comes up. This is hot flashes. So she gets a formula with 100 grams of foods in it. By the evening, she drinks it in the morning. By the evening, it's gone. So this is kind of classical application that works really fast. So you say, how come? It should be shigao and cold herbs and shudi. But just remember, she took anesthesia the night before, which completely consuming this kind of yang energy in the water. Completely consumed it, so it floats all over. I mean, this is like the life force of a person. So try to think about it. She got a strong dose of drugs. You think that the life force just got stronger? So she gets drugs every day. She's going to live to be 200? But rather, this is consuming it really fast. And if it consumes it really fast, it floats. So many patients that do fertility drugs, the energy floats. That's why they get hot flashes. But if you use the wrong hot herbs, then it's a problem.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was pointing to you.
Okay, I have a question to ask you. By theory, by traditional Chinese medicine called 虚不受补. Okay, if people in the deficiency type of problem, you can easily just quantify. So how can you using that high doses of foods for the patient in deficiency type of infertility issue?
This is a problem of formula, like how to put a formula together. This is really the art of Chinese medicine. That's why just saying hot herbs is not enough. If you don't have the right, so for example with foods, if you look in the Shanghang Nun, Sinitan, you have Ganzao, Zhiganzao, it's the leading herb, not foods. The reason that it is the leading herb is because Zhiganzao is the most earth herb. It's sweet and it has honey on it and it's yellow. It's the most earth. And you put the Zhiganzao, it's like putting fire under the earth. So if you, let's say, want to make hot potatoes and you put some really hot rocks and then you cover them with earth, you touch the earth on top, there's no heat.
So you mean using 炙甘草, which is work together with the food?
Right, like in Sinitang and other forms.
Well, how about by the theory, we also say yin deficiency always produce more heat, which is yin 生热, yang 生寒. If you are yin deficiency, you already has inner heat going on, then you continue put that high doses of food in there.
Right, but that belongs to modern theories that says the yin and yang are different. This comes from Judanxi, Jinyuan, and later. So it's not classical Chinese medicine, and each one has its point. And if it works, meaning the yin is deficient and have empty heat, and you give Liu Wei Di Huang one, and it works, then fine. But if it doesn't work,
I find what you're saying fascinating, and I was wondering if you would be willing to make your paper available for us to look at, because I think it deserves so much more than what the few minutes we have.
yeah, I think it's going to be available public. Aren't you
It
gonna?
won't be in the library,
The
but
book.
you can send it to them if you
Sure.
want.
Can you
That
send
would
us
be
an email? You have a
really
book
wonderful,
coming?
because it's great work. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a book. Should come out in this fall.
That's what we really
So
want.
then, are you trying to say then, in the modern way of let's say PCM,
we're using cold to treat warm and warm to treat cold. But in your method, you're saying it's, I forget what the term was, but like treats like, and one of them is the opposite paradigm, and the other one is the treat the like with the like. Is that kind of?
No, it's not exactly treat the like with the like, but it's rather, again, with the understanding of yin and yang. So, because in the Neijing, it's already safe. It's cold, you warm it up. If it's warm,
Right.
you cool it off.
Right.
It's from the Neijing. But it is with the understanding what is yin and yang. Where are they? So if they're half and half, if they're separated, then it's really the case. Meaning, if you feel cold, you use hot herbs. If you feel warm, you have to use cold herbs.
Mm-hmm.
It's all separated. It's very clear that if you're hot, it can't be yang deficiency, which belongs, for example, to the yang ming section. You're hot, it's not yang deficiency. It's a different kind. It's called accumulating heat in one point. But there is, that's a different issue than what we call empty heat, yin deficiency. It is yin deficient. What is deficient in the water? It's the yang in the water. The one line and the two broken line and the this is what is deficient. But the yin could be deficient too. When the yin is deficient, it's not hot flashes necessarily. The person has to be perched, like he's dried out like a raisin. This is called yin deficiency, at which time you can't use food. But if you ask patients that have hot flashes, especially before menopause, get really, really hot, then get cold right after that. Why are they cold right after that? Which is different than yang ming hot flashes. You're hot and you just want an ice shower on you. It's different. Why are they cold? Because there's a little bit of yang flickering to the surface and gone. No yang energy anymore. Then I feel really cold and I really want to cover up. So you have to differentiate. It's not hot flashes immediately yang deficiency. We have, bianzheng lunzi, differentiating the syndrome.
I have a question going right there in. You mentioned as a key symptom the cold hand and feet that often appears with infertility clients. And primarily I think about yang constraint in some type of situation. So, but you think about your offering foods of warming herb.
No, but we have to do what we call bianzheng lunzi, meaning differentiating the syndrome and then giving the treatment. So it could be a sini-san kind of cold hands and feet. Then you don't give foods.
Okay, so you're not talking about the yang constrained situation, cold hand, feet. You're talking actually about the real deficiency situation.
Which will normally be feeling
Cold.
cold hands and feet, and especially you want to drink hot.
Yeah.
So if you have a sini-san problem, you don't find that person drinking like hot tea. It's the heat is boiling up inside. They want ice drink and cold hands and feet. It's a different sini-san.
So what do you do if patient just under the ultrasound just doesn't have enough lightning before they do the transfer? So how to diagnose a patient like this? How to identify patient?
Well, first of all, my aim is to try to get patients get pregnant just with Chinese medicine and not with IVF. So if they go to IVF, then hopefully they get pregnant. But if not, I want to try to separate.
So you now work together. You now work with IVF and the herbs together.
I used to work a lot, but now the more that my practice becomes busy, I tend to just try to get patients pregnant with Chinese medicine. And sometimes I do work with IVF too. But when I treat them, it's completely ignoring the Western medicine diagnosis. If I don't ignore it, it's a disaster. It never works. No, really. It's like you have to make your own bianzheng lunzi.
Well, how, if you are anticipating anyway, how can you find out this patient has raw FSH, or this patient, the quality of the herb, the eggs just not good enough? How can you?
First of all, I believe that there's no such thing as low quality. Low quality is an excuse of modern medicine. Meaning I do IVF, it doesn't work, I don't know why, I blame the patient. That's what poor quality means. What is poor quality? Am I getting the egg from the supermarket? The egg is something that the woman produces. And Chinese medicine believes if the woman is healthy, the blood is strong, the qi is strong, the egg is good. And I had many, many patients, at least 90% of the patients who got pregnant did IVFs before and were told that egg quality is bad. We don't know why you can't get pregnant. It must be the egg is no good. This is not the diagnosis for egg quality. Different than endometriosis, something that you can see.